Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. Keeping in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below where you will be able to send me an email for a private reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And you can follow me on over to my podcast, which is just a cool, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I honestly hope to see you there. It's at Scatter Love Radio, which is on Spotify as well as Anchor FM. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your daily dice and find out what is today's message source for the daily dice. What would you like my fellow humans to know? What is today's daily dice source? What messages do you have for my fellow humans? Okay, so we have 4th house Aries and the sun. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. So you've been through something difficult, and things are about to take a turn for the better. Okay, it's all because you're taking direction in your life now, right? You're learning how to nurture yourself. And in nurturing yourself, it's giving you the energy and the fulfillment in order for you to do what is necessary. So whether that's you working on something that's personal or building a business or being able to show up for your job or being able to just show up in your life in ways that you've always wanted to, but maybe weren't quite able to because you were letting your energy get depleted through various things from prior. Okay, and so what's going on here is that you're finally becoming the commander in your life. You're taking direct action. Okay, because of that nurturing, you're able to hear your intuition on a much deeper level, much clearer level, and really connecting with your emotions. And you're understanding that how I feel is a direct result of how I need to act, right? Like, not acting based on your emotions, but like if you're like asking yourself, should I be going and hanging out with these people? And then you let yourself feel into that. And maybe you feel excited and you're like, okay, this is a good sign. Let me go hang out with those people. Or if you're feeling into that and you feel scared and like, not like fearful of it, but you feel like nervous is a good word here. Or like there's too much anticipation, like, no, this isn't going to turn out good. Or you've got a bad feeling in your gut. Then you're acting accordingly and you're not feeling guilty based on that anymore. You're like, look, I'm just done feeling guilty because of the way people are, right? And so you're being direct in your responses to people, right? This is with the Aries next to the sun here. This is you being very direct in how you're showing up and allowing yourself to be expressive to others. Like, we don't have a communication dice here or energy, but this is giving me that you're directly communicating how you feel. So it's like, they're like, hey, oh, come on, come to the bar with us. And maybe you quit drinking. And even though they know that, they're still trying to egg you onto the bar. And you finally come through and you say, look, I don't go to the bar because I don't drink anymore. I don't want to put myself in that position. You guys go and have a fun time, but just count me out on this one. Maybe we'll do something next time. Like, you're not trying to be mean about it. You're just literally saying, look, this is not going to work for me. So stop trying to peer pressure me into doing something that you want to do, because that is not going to work anymore. And that's the type of energy that this is giving me. And that's why we have the 4th house here, because that is true self-love, right? That is really being in that energy of what I want and how I feel matters. And I'm not going to squash that or put it on the back burner anymore, because that's everything that society has told me I'm supposed to do. But when I did that, I felt awful, right? And now you're actually feeling powerful and strong and confident and like you have stuff to give to people. Like, if you need to draw from your reserves, you're not running on empty to do so. Like, you have a full cup to pour from because of this, right? You are passionate about whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever it is that you're building is something that you're very passionate about, and you're willing to say no to those things that may look glamorous right now, but in the long run are just going to drain you out, okay? You're being very self-conscious. When I say self-conscious, not like self-conscious like, oh, poor me. No, like you're being completely conscious of yourself, okay? You're being completely self-aware. What's going on with me? That's what I feel like is a constant question in your head. What's going on with me? Where am I at in this? What's happening with me? Why am I feeling this way? What do I need to do to give back to myself? This is a very powerful place to be in. And I feel like you are celebrating this too. Like you're having a good time with yourself. You're trying to bring in a lot more fun. You're trying to bring in a lot more things that bring up your creative side and your imagination. Right? And your confidence is soaring right now. And you're very, very self-reliant is the thing that's really standing out for me here. You're so self-reliant right now. I'm not looking to others to try to get me what I feel I'm lacking. I know what I'm lacking and I go after what's going to fulfill that part in me. It's not something from the outside. It's something from the inside. It's a very powerful place to be at. You know how many people wish they had that? I'm sure you do, because I feel like maybe at one point in time you wished you were like exactly how you are now. And now you are. And now you're just going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to get better and better. Yeah, you went through a lot of challenges to get here, right? A challenging situation, a mountain to climb. That's what I was saying. You know how many people wish they had what you have, right? And that's the thing. It's like, because you had to struggle to get here. Constantly saying yes, and then being the person that went from being a yes person to being a no person. And I'm just going to bring out right now, you know how some people in this spiritual community, they'll be like, finally I was saying yes to myself, right? And I became the yes person and saying yes to all new opportunities. I personally don't always agree with that, okay? And the reason I don't is because I tried it and it just ended horribly for me every time, because I went back into that energy of being a people pleaser. It's not to say that it won't work for you, and it is always good to take up new opportunities, but instead of being a yes person, be an intuitive person and a discerning person. Let's not just call it yes, okay? Like, cause I feel like that's where you were at one point in life, was just always saying yes. And the same thing, it may have backfired on you many times. And so now you're realizing the challenges is convincing people that you're not just going to give in to them no matter how much they pressure you. Right? Yeah, like we have 11th house on the bottom with friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. So because of this, you're actually calling in your soul tribe, right? You're now attracting people who will understand that, hey, if you need to take a time out this week or you need to work on you, go and do it, because I need to do the same, right? They're not going to be hurt by you saying no. You know how some people just they take it so personal. You're like, it's nothing personal. It actually has nothing to do with you. Look at this. We have nurturing on the bottom with Gaia, and underneath that, rainbow with blessings. Exactly. You're nurturing yourself, which is calling in huge blessings for you. And blessings could be anything, really. It could be soul tribe. It could be monetary. It could be spiritual gain. Nope, I feel like this is soul tribe. I'm going to tell you why. Because these two cards flipped over. We have honeybee with reciprocity. Right? You're calling in people who are equal give and take. Exactly what I was saying just a second ago. Like, if you got to go take care of yourself, they're like, you know what? You go do that. I know I need to do that too. I'm glad that you brought it up. Or they're going to say, I need to take care of me this week. I need to take care of this. And you're going to be like, hey, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I need to too. Hey, we're on the same page. And that's what's going on here. And this is also going to be someone who's very reliable, or people who are very reliable. We have number 6 here and number 19. 19 is 10. This is you completing an old pattern, an old psychic pattern, an old toxic pattern, an old belief that you had. Let's see what else we've got on the table here. Yeah, you're being given angelic support here with harmony and perfect flow. Look at the difference between these two cards. You have a challenge with a square, and you have help with the trine. This is the equilateral triangle that's pictured on here, right? 120 degrees here. It's like interesting. Because you have this energy of equality against this energy of being stuck, not being able to flow, right? And that's no longer the case. Like, this is what you've overcome. This is what you're being helped with overcoming. If you've been watching the Daily Dice, the one that came before this one, and I'll try to set them up in that order. I can't promise you, but I will try to, is talking about the person that you had to set strong boundaries against. And if you watch that one, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But I do feel like for those of you that watch that, this is like that continuation of what happens when you set those boundaries. And for those of you that did not, it's okay. It's just a reminder to setting those strong boundaries. Boom, you're being purified with rain purification here. This is your soul being purified from the karmic situations that you may have invited into your life. You know, things that are unknowing to us. Is, you know, when I say invite them in, it's because we don't know any better, right? We're chasing people who don't want to give back to us. We're chasing people who, you know, are breadcrumbing us. So we have take a time out with the brown bear spirit. Number 9. Yeah, this is something that's closing. Don't be afraid to take some space to really understand what it is that you want. Look, we had 8 and 9 come out together. We have life as a mystery. Right? Not being upset because of the challenging situations, but reminding yourself that those challenging situations taught you very valuable things. Even if it was just what you don't want. That's a valuable thing. That is something that you cannot replace, and you would have never learned it otherwise. Unless you got involved with the wrong crowd or somebody who's going to treat you a certain way. Yeah, this definitely feels like another reading. It says, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others. Don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example, with Aurora here. Yeah, you're coming into a very, very prosperous time, and you're also calling in your soul tribe. And I feel like that's what's going to help inspire others, is that you're not giving up, even though you feel like you are alone here. You're not giving up, and you're calling in the people who are meant to be there with you. And that's going to inspire others to say, oh, wow, our vibe does really attract our tribe, right? It says, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation. You need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. This is what was on the bottom with Oceana. I cannot make that up. Wasn't I just saying, like, you're listening to your emotions? Like, if you get a bad gut feeling, like, you're not going to run into it head first. You're like, no, like, I'm not going to do that. So that's total confirmation for what I was feeling here. But if you feel like this is your reading, leave a little bee emoji or a flower emoji down below in the comment sections and say, I am changing my vibe to attract my tribe, to let source know that you are vibing higher and you want that energy in your life. Leave me a thumbs up. But I am going to take a quick minute to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.